my mother that we tried to keep her away from hearing the news anymore or anything. Other members of my family, members of my staff, I've never seen the likes, ever. Ever. Not even when I bump heads with some of the most powerful organizations that you can imagine here. You talk about what Arteo experienced with his wife, and I remember that. Well, let me tell you what I have experienced with my own wife recently. Not only has she been followed through our streets and in her car, she has come out rushing from our house when she's seen people taking video of her house, going against a one-way street, and when they saw her, they took off against the one-way street. But more so, recent, a couple of months back, after my wife was parked on A Street, in meetings that she's doing for me, for this city, for activities that we have in Little Havana and A Street. And after about an hour of her car being parked on A Street, she gets in her car and drives off to get into Southwest 7th Street from A Street, to then, when she gets to Southwest 7th Street and Southwest 17th Avenue, make a left turn. Well, she made her left turn. She was very cautious in doing it. She's a very cautious driver. Never has had a ticket in her life. She gets into the lane on 17th Avenue when she made her left turn to make another left turn to A Street so she could go home. We live a block away from that main part of A Street. As she stopped in the left turning lane, she sees that there's a police vehicle behind her. Young police officer, female, gets out and tells her to pull by the Burger King that's in 17th, and they tell her to block the lane. People are trying to get in and out. The police officer is screaming at them, go around. Within a few more minutes, another police officer comes, another female, screaming at her to lower her passenger window. My wife's not a criminal. This is a traffic stop, supposedly. She is told that when she made the left turn, that there was a pedestrian in the crosswalk and she didn't yield to him. My wife might not have the best sight, but she could certainly see if there was a pedestrian or not. She tells me there was no pedestrian anywhere. They come back and give her 2 tickets. One ticket is for not yielding to a pedestrian. They gave her the ticket not where it happened, but on Southwest A Street in 17th Avenue West. There's no west in 17th, it'd be north and south, so if she would be going west, she would be going against traffic if you go west. The other ticket was because the insurance card that she had showed it had been expired for a short time. We had insurance, there was no problem. I believe that my wife got stopped because after a month earlier, when I got stopped, and I'll go into that in a minute, and they couldn't get me to say, I'm Commissioner so-and-so. They figured, well, his wife's certainly going to get up and say, I'm Mrs. CAROLLO. I'm the Commissioner's wife. Well, she didn't do that either. We took it like regular residents of Miami. When I got home that evening, we had a commission meeting. I looked at the ticket. She explained to me what had happened. She gave me 3 pamphlets that she had been given by the officer. I said, "What's this all about?" She says, "I don't know." She gave them to me. 3 pamphlets on bicycle laws, which, I don't know what the heck it was all about, bicycles. So I decided to go on the internet and see what statute she had been cited on for supposedly driving a motor vehicle and not yielding to a pedestrian. Well, my wife was given a ticket for riding a bicycle. Riding a bicycle and going against traffic in Southwest 8th Street. Now, I cannot believe that we have officers that have been so poorly trained and are so incompetent that if they felt that someone did something so outrageous that they didn't yield to a pedestrian, they were making a left turn, that they're going to stop them and they don't know what statute to cite him on. So that to me was more indicative that my wife got stopped for the sole purpose because someone felt she was going to say, "I'm the commissioner's wife." And then that was going to be all over the news media to try to hurt me, embarrass me, while they hurt my wife. She didn't do that. That's why you never saw that. We went to the courthouse to get a trial date. And I did this because of the incident that I'll tell you afterwards, when I'm done with this one, that happened to me. When we go there with both tickets, the one that is for riding a bicycle against traffic in 8th Street, she's got a car. And they give the ticket with her riding a car. And the other one is for the expired insurance card. When we get there, we're told it's only 1 ticket. You don't have 2 tickets. So they're going to give her, a court date for 1 ticket. We had to insist and ask for a supervisor, and they spent time until they found the other ticket. It was put into the system 4 days later. 4 days later. Now, you know why that happened? I'm going to tell you why I believe that happened, because I can't believe that our officers are so poorly trained and are so incompetent that that would happen. Because if we went and we were told there was only 1 ticket, they figured we're going to think, well, because she did have insurance and it wasn't expired, they checked it out, that was thrown out, that was never put in. So she asked for a court date or pays the fine for 1 ticket. The other ticket, thinking that it didn't exist, sometime later, the state of Florida is going to suspend her driver's license. And then my wife is going to be stopped again in some other BS excuse. She's going to be arrested publicly for driving with a suspended driver's license, and they're going to parade her through all the television stations, just like this not fined police captain promoted for politics was trying to do to me today, and has been trying to do to me for some time. This, Commissioner, is happening today to the wife of an elected official, and I submit to you that this is problematic in 2 ways. If they're going to swear to me that this is not targeting to try to harm me, then we have a more serious problem than any one of us can imagine with a lack of training and incompetency in this police department. But let me go back quickly on me now. By the way, those 2 tickets of my wife, they were thrown out. In court.
Could we bring back the pensions?
No, I'm going back because you let him speak a lot in this, and
yes,
he had a right to. I'm going to speak also. And I'm speaking in the same line of thought that Commissioner Hardeman was, and had all the right to. A month before my wife got stopped, I get stopped myself. 12:10 at night. I am going south on 17th Avenue. As I'm going to cross the intersection on 17th Avenue, southwest in Coral Way, the light is turning yellow. I see that there's a police car. I only see one police car right there. As I'm going through, I look up to make sure that the light was still yellow. And I had all four of my wheels over, not two like the law says, that as long as you have two over the crosswalk, you don't run a yellow light. The car that I'm driving is about 12 feet in length. If you're going 30 miles an hour, you're going 44 feet per second. So it would have taken me 1/4 of a second to have gotten all four tires across. Now, if you think that the human eye, unless you're looking straight like that, can pick that up, no way. Only the old red light cameras maybe could pick it up, but not the human eye, if you were over or not. When I pass, I get the siren, I stop 2 blocks down, pull off to the right. The officer that's behind me that stops me doesn't get out of the car. Obviously, he's running the tag to see who the vehicle belongs to. I started feeling, for the first time in my life, what a black man might feel when they get stopped. I put my hands in the wheel so that they could see it, because there was good light, even though it was at night where I stopped. There was a light right there. Short time later, I don't know if it was a minute or a couple of minutes, another police car arrives. Mind you, for those 2 blocks when the police car followed me, there was only one car that had the siren going after me. Within a minute or 2 later, I don't know the exact time, another police car stops there. As they're approaching the first squad car, the officer gets out in the most awkward way that I've ever seen anyone get out of the car, so that I couldn't see his face. When he got out, he spoke to the officer with his back towards me, and then when he got in again, so that I wouldn't see the face. I never identified myself, so that's why you didn't see me in any newscasts. I took the ticket that I was given. I asked the officer, because I have a clean driving record, if I had to sign the ticket. They told me no. She also told me that she had it on her camcorder, that I ran the yellow light, she said at first. I said, well, ma'am, if you said yellow, then, you could go through a yellow light. And she switched back and said red. I wasn't going to get into it. The bottom line was that after I was there over 30 minutes, in fact, I will say to you, before she even approached me, some 10 minutes at least had passed. You know what I did? I put both my hands out the car windows, because I was really concerned now. I had both of my hands out of the window so they could see that I had no weapon whatsoever. So, I'm not a black man, but that night, I started feeling what many African Americans might feel in the city, or other minorities. I took my ticket. I went to the courthouse because I did not run a red light like I was cited. If I would have ran a red light, I'd take my medicine and I would pay the fine. when I went to the courthouse to get a court hearing, I'm told, to my utter shock, that no, you have 2 tickets. I said, ma'am, you must be mistaken. Can you check again? You have 2 tickets. But they tell me, oh, but don't worry. You'll be able to throw them out easily because it's in the same intersection. And one ticket says you were going south. The other ticket says you were going north. And obviously you couldn't do both at the same time. And the other ticket said you ran a red light. The other ticket said you didn't stop for flashing lights, which you don't have on Coral Way and 17th Avenue at any time of the day or night. It's clear to me, at least this is how I feel, that the other ticket that I was not given that night was so that if I either paid for one or asked for a court hearing like I did, it would be for one, not the other, and then the state would be suspending my driver's license on the other ticket, and I would get stopped for some phony stop. I would get arrested for having a suspended driver's license, and I would be paraded through every television channel in Miami. So, Commissioner, I understand, believe me, I understand what you're saying. When individuals are throwing whatever amount of money they have to throw out to try to defame me and destroy me because I'm doing what I was elected to do for my residents and the citizens of Miami, when we receive information from someone extremely close as their bed, that one certain publication that's defaming me and attacking me on a monthly basis that recently started, not the last year. This person so close to the individual that owns that publication stated to someone extremely close to me that he received $5,000 for the first month that they knew for me to be attacked. When you see our criminal blogger, 7 times convicted felon, that he's enjoying the good graces that he's receiving in attacking me, and I guess he's so happy that he puts a tweet out on a public records request that he's making on me and sending it to the guy that's paying him to do it so that they can know he did it. I mean, my God, this is clear as daylight why the guy's doing it. So all this and so much more, including the whole charade on the Marine Corps that was orchestrated right up there in the second floor to defame me, frivolous lawsuits that are being filed. Yeah, Commissioner, believe me, I understand what you're saying. No one should have to go through that. And frankly, I don't know too many jobs in America that someone would have to go through the stress, their family, their acquaintance, their employees, that some of us up here have to go through. And there's no amount of money now or in the future, frankly, that can compensate for that.